plenty.
Food plenty.
Our food plenty for there.
A warehouse of 600 feet by 600 feet, full of COVID-19 products, was discovered today. Look at people struggling to pass. This incident has been going on since 7 a.m. As I speak with you, sources say the warehouse has not gone off. Palliatives that were supposed to be given to people during the COVID-19 period was hidden away in a warehouse, and Nigerians were dying of hunger and starvation. Look at this man struggling to survive.
Yes, can you imagine?
Look at him. Something that is supposed to be brought to his home.
This thing for the past 2 hours.
Look at it.
It is still full.
You mean?
It's fully loaded. The warehouse is fully loaded.
Can you imagine?
Nigeria has more than enough. Nigeria has more than enough.
The Navy has collected their own. The armies have put their truck, collected their own. Immigration, custom, last man. And the warehouse has not gone half. The warehouse has not gone half. The warehouse has not gone half. Palliative for the poor. Stored away. This is October 21st, 2020. Palliatives that were supposed to be shared in May were stored away. Some of the products are even expired. Look at how people are struggling.
They are not expired though. 2021.
No, you see.
Never expired. 2021.
You see people are struggling. You see. Look at it.
I saw another way I'll see there for Ikeja. Another one for Ikeja. Lagos State.
Look at it. Not for sale. Not for sale. They stored it. Look at it. Not for sale.
COVID-19 is on the back.
They stored it. Wait. Let me see the pack. Now see. Look at it. COVID-19. Not for sale.
COVID-19.
The poor are suffering, and they stored it in a warehouse. Look at people passing through canal just to survive. Hunger in the land.
A sachet of tomato, 120 naira.
Look at people struggling to survive.
We are suffering.
Look at people.
Bag of rice, 40,000 naira.
Look at people. Echo has come to our head. These people are looters. They are criminals.
I'm telling you.
Hello and welcome to Training Issues on Vanguard Live. My name is Precious Chukudi and I have with me my co-host
Damlola Bushaki.
And here on Training Issues, we're going to be talking about today's trend, and one of the trends for today is the COVID-19 palliatives that we saw the number of Nigerians going to pick up, and also we're also going to be showing you a video of people who basically went to the Oba's palace and desecrated, if I would say, desecrated God's palace in a way, and there is even swimming, and also a video of one of the survivors of the Tuesday massacre. So we're just going to show you that video in a bit right now.
Ogi, I see everything. You don't shop am. About Lagos. You don't shop am everything. Everything. Nothing. You don't shop everything. What do you think about Lagos? Oh, everything. Everybody. You see, you don't enter me pool. Where? Everything we buy, we go swim inside the pool, yeah. Everybody they enjoy, no wala.
All right, welcome back. And if you're just joining us, it's still trending issues of Vanguard Live. A quick one: the president is going to be addressing the nation by 7 p.m. That's very shortly from now. But then let's talk about the COVID-19 palliatives, and there's this hashtag on Twitter that's Nigeria Prevail, basically. And I'll take some few tweets, and this is from King Moye. He says, the Oba of Lagos did not only keep COVID-19 palliatives in his warehouse, he also hid dollars in coffins. Lagos people must be happy now. You need to see the crowd, over there who are basically taking all of those, things that, I mean, during the COVID-19 period, I mean, people were lamenting on how they didn't have food to eat, there was nothing available for them and all of those kind of things. And then I remember that this COVID committee was being set up to be able to disburse food, to people that don't have access to food and whatnot, only to find out today that there is a warehouse where some of all these things that are supposed to be distributed to these people are kept. Would you tell me that's stealing, really, if you look at it? Do you think this
you can't say it's stealing, neither can you say it's loot. I don't know what you would just call what you just termed that, because I remember during the COVID period, when the palliatives were being shared, a particular CDA, in Ipaja then, I think they gave the four streets just 4 derricks of rice, 2 derricks of beans, and sachet in tomato, and sachet, I think 2 sachet, I don't know, just 2 sachet salts, then just one other thing for them to share, for the 4th street to share. And it's not wondering, are you going to share it like one grain of rice for each compound, because it's not even going to reach for each apartment in the in the streets. And now this is what we're seeing with people going away with this COVID palliatives, things that are meant for the people, and we can see them moving away with noodles, rice, and gari. And even the gari, there was one person that opened the bag of gari, and when the gari was actually, I think it was bad or something like that, because it has been stored for a long time. So I really don't know what to call that word. But seeing them going away, it's just bringing smiles to many people's faces. And if you see the comments online, it's something that you will just smile about and see that, okay, there's still something that with what is going on around the world, there's still something that we still make you smile. I just saw those videos.
I saw a particular woman who was basically showing her apartment of what she had taken from the palliative, and I can tell you that what she took is enough to open a supermarket.
It's enough to open a supermarket.
I was looking at it and I'm like, Madam, are you sure you're not going to just open
I think someone cooked the noodles already in our apartment.
Yeah.
And I saw it. Someone is saying, okay, thank you very much to Oba of Lagos, for this wonderful noodle meal. And, it was just so surprising when I saw that. And I think they were taking a bath in the Buhari'S, swimming pool.
Yeah, that one, I'm like, that one was really funny.
Should I just say that one just shocked me up when I saw that?
I'm telling you, because and I think this whole thing happened yesterday and then today again. And the fact that they're even trying to sell the Oba stuff.
Okay, yes, I saw that for 10 million or so.
And I even saw a tweet where somebody said that somebody was telling him that if he has 1,500 naira, he can get the Oba stuff. And I'm like, no, come on, you don't. No.
I think that's to the gods. That's the main one that I think many people are not in support of taking the staff and all that, and looking at the seat. But talking about the palliatives is the main thing. When we saw with the warehouse, some people going there to take things, and you can't even complain. On the normal day yesterday when stores were being looted, we saw people complaining, telling them, don't do this for Nigerians, don't do this to other people. But this one, people were in support of them.
The bad part of it is that this looting and whatnot has affected a lot of people. I know there was a video I saw of a Nigerian lady, like more like a celebrity, who has just opened her store about like 3 weeks ago, and she made a video online and she was speaking about it and saying that she just started this business and she borrowed money to start this business, only to find out that her store was being looted. It's a lot of things to really talk about. Like, imagine having to borrow money to start your business, and all of a sudden, in a time like this where everybody is supposed to be even have human feelings towards one another, your store is being looted. 3 weeks ago. I mean, she has
Many
not even
people are
made
really-
sales from it, and it's really sad to see what this.
You saw
thugs are
what
doing.
the remains of Lekki second mall now. What was remaining?
Yeah, and the fire was
buildings
still burning.
Still
in it.
burning. I just it's really a big pity because for those people to actually come back, it's going to take a long time. But we understand that the youths are actually angry because of the killings and because of the things that they've seen on social media, what have happened. So someone will react to it, they will actually feel they'll feel angry. That's the main thing. But we just have to stop. People have to stop looting properties of private owners. These things, they need money, and when they come, it's still going to affect we Nigerians generally. That is the main thing.
Let me take another tweet. This is from Rafiat Atanda. She says, I opened one of the palliative parks, and this is what the Gary has turned to. Why didn't people get the palliative in good time? We gave the order that they will be stored in a warehouse. All right, we're about to go live now because the president is going to speak to us in a minute's time, I guess. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
become necessary for me to address you, having heard from many concerned Nigerians and having concluded a meeting with all the security chiefs. I must warn those who have hijacked and misdirected the initial, genuine and well-intended protest of some of our youth in parts of the country against the excesses of some members of the now disbanded Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS. On Monday, 12th October, I acknowledged the genuine concerns and agitations of members of the public regarding the excessive use of force by some members of SARS. The choice to demonstrate peacefully is a fundamental right of citizens as enshrined in Section 14 of our Constitution and other enactments. But this right to protest also imposes on the demonstrators the responsibility to respect the rights of other citizens and the necessity to operate within the law. As a democratic government, we listened to and carefully evaluated the 5-point demands of the protesters. And having accepted them, we immediately scrapped SARS and put measures in place to address the other demands of our youth. On approving the termination of SARS, I already made it clear that it was aligned with our commitment to the implementation of extensive police reforms. Sadly, the promptness with which we have acted seems to have been misconstrued as a sign of weakness and twisted by some for their selfish and patriotic interests. The result of this is clear to all observers. Human lives have been lost, acts of sexual violence have been reported, 2 major correctional facilities were attacked and convicts freed, public and private properties completely destroyed or vandalized, the sanctity of the palace of a peacemaker, the Oba of Lagos, has been violated. So-called protesters have invaded an international airport and in the process disrupted the travel plans of fellow Nigerians and our visitors. All this executed in the name of the End SARS protests. I am indeed deeply pained that innocent lives have been lost. These tragedies are uncalled for and unnecessary. Certainly, there is no way whatsoever to connect these bad acts to legitimate expression of grievance of the youth of our country. The spreading of deliberate falsehood and misinformation through the social media in particular, that this government is oblivious to the pains and plight of the students is a ploy to mislead the unwary within and outside Nigeria into unfair judgment and disruptive behavior. On the contrary, both our deeds and words have shown how committed this administration has been to the well-being and welfare of citizens, even with the steadily dwindling revenues and the added responsibilities and restrictions due to the coronavirus pandemic. Government has put in place measures and initiatives principally targeted at youth, women, and the most vulnerable groups in our society. These included our broad plan to lift 100 million Nigerians out of poverty in the next 10 years. The creation of 75 billion Naira National Youth Investment Fund to provide opportunities for the youth and the micro, small, and medium enterprises survival fund, through which government is A, paying 3 months' salaries of the staff of the 100,000 micro, small, and medium enterprises. B, paying for the registration of 250,000 businesses at the Corporate Affairs Commission. C, giving a grant of 30,000 Naira to 100,000 artisans. And D, guaranteeing market for the products of traders. These are in addition to many other initiatives, such as A, farmer money, B, trader money, C, market money, D, N-Power, E, N-Tech, and F, N-Agro. No Nigerian government in the past has methodically and seriously approached poverty alleviation like we have done. With regards to the welfare of police personnel, the National Salaries, Income and Wages Commission has been directed to expedite action on the finalization of the new salary structure of the members of the police force. The emoluments of other paramilitary services are also being reviewed upwards. In order to underscore the importance of education in preparing youth for the future, this administration has come up with a new salary structure and other incentives for our teachers. Let me at this point reaffirm the federal government's commitment to preserving the unity of this country. We will continue to improve good governance and our democratic process, including through sustained engagement. We shall continue to ensure that liberty and freedom, as well as the fundamental rights of all citizens, are protected. But remember that government also has the obligation to protect lives and properties, as well as the right of citizens to go about their daily businesses freely and protected from acts of violence. To our neighbors in particular, and members of the international community, many of whom have expressed concern about the ongoing development in Nigeria, we thank you and urge you all to seek to know all the facts available before taking a position or rushing to judgment and making hasty pronouncements. In the circumstances, I would like to appeal to protesters to note and take advantage of the various well thought out initiatives of this administration designed to make their lives better and more meaningful, and resist the temptation of being used by some subversive elements to cause chaos with the aim of truncating our nascent democracy. For you to do otherwise will amount to undermining national security and the law and order situation. Under no circumstances will this be tolerated. I therefore call on our youth to discontinue the street protests and constructively engage government in finding solutions. Your voice has been heard loud and clear, and we are responding. And I call on all Nigerians to go about their normal businesses and to enjoin security agencies to protect lives and properties of all law-abiding citizens without doing harm to those they are meant to protect. Let me pay tribute to officers of the Nigeria Police Force who have tragically lost their lives in the line of duty. I would like to thank those state governors, traditional and religious leaders who have appealed for calm and restraint. I also thank youth leaders who have restrained their followers from taking the law into their hands. This government respects and will continue to respect all the democratic rights and civil liberties of the people, but it will not allow anybody or groups to disrupt the peace of our nation. Thank you all. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
All right, you just heard from the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and I'm just going to highlight some of the things that he mentioned in his speech. He said he condemned the killings going on and also the desecration of the Oba's palace. And he said that the government has put in place schemes to remove Nigerians out of poverty. And he also said his government is aimed at protecting lives and properties. And he also made mention that a new salary scheme for the police force to be reviewed. And he also called on the youth to discontinue the protests and assist the government in finding solutions. He said his government will not tolerate any group that would disrupt the peace of the country. What can you say in response to what the president has said so far?
Well, we just have to wait for some time to see what the reactions of Nigerians, and also see if some of the things that have said we actually be put in place. I remember him also saying that the government respects the democratic rights of the people. So definitely, looking at him coming to address Nigerians today, it's what people have been waiting for, that he should address Nigerians and see, let's listen to what he's going to say. But I also saw that he also applauded the youth leaders, saying that they really did well with organizing their groups and trying to stop them from causing havoc in the country. But
okay, the question now really is: are Nigerians really satisfied with what the president said?
That's what we just have to wait for, because it seems some of the things that we were waiting for him to address, he did not really address it. Like, for example, the video going online of the soldiers involved in the shooting. They've been waiting for him to talk about that, but apparently we didn't really see him talk about that for a long time. And so that's what we are still waiting for. We want to see what people will say, and what the government, what they will still say about his speech.
All right, and the basic thing that we also need to look at is that he also mentioned that some Nigerians took out the disbandment of SARS as weakness. And another thing we need to also look out for is the fact that you mentioned reactions basically. Now people have been waiting over 24 hours now, even going close to 48 hours now, that the president hasn't said anything whatsoever about the incident that happened in Lekki, and now finally he has spoken. Now, has he set the mind of the people? Has he appealed to their conscience? These are the questions, and I know already that there are already some reactions that are pouring in from what the president has said so far. We hope to hear more of those reactions, as we would just hold on and then listen to the voice of Nigerians. If you have anything in particular to say about the president's speech, you can put it down in the comment section. We're going to look at it, and then we're going to take it up from there. Till we come your way next time, of course, I remain Precious Chukudi, and my co-host
Dambala Bushaken.
Remember to equally like and share on all our social media platforms showing on your screen. As well as you want to find out up-to-date stories, you can go on our website www.vanguardnjr.com. Thank you for watching.
Ogima, I see everything. You don't shop am. About Lagos. You don't shop am, everything. Everything. Nothing. You don't shop everything. What do you think about Lagos? All everything, everybody. You can see, you don't enter swimming pool. Where? Everything is bad. We can swim inside swimming pool, yeah. Everybody they enjoy, no wala.
Our food plenty there, plenty.
Food plenty.
Our food plenty for there.
A warehouse of 600 feet by 600 feet, full of COVID-19 products, was discovered today. Look at people struggling to pass. incident has been going on since 7 a.m. As I speak with you, sources say the warehouse has not gone off. Palliatives that were supposed to be given to people during the COVID-19 period was hidden away in a warehouse, and Nigerians were dying of hunger and starvation. Look at this man struggling to survive.
Yes, can you imagine?
Look at him. Something that is supposed to be brought to his home.
This thing for the past 2 hours.
Look at it.
It is still full.
He not finish.
You mean?
He not finish. He's fully loaded. The warehouse is fully loaded.
Can you imagine?
Nigeria has more than enough. Nigeria has more than enough.
The Navy has collected their own. The armies have put their truck, collected their own. Immigration, custom, last month. And the warehouse has not gone half. The warehouse has not gone half. The warehouse has not gone half. Palliative for the poor. Stored away. This is October 21st, 2020. Palliatives that were supposed to be shared in May were stored away. Some of the products are even expired. Look at how people are struggling.
They are not expired though. 2021.
No, you see.
Never expired. 2021.
You see people are struggling. You see. Look at it.
I saw another warehouse still there for Ikeja. Another one for Ikeja. Lagos State.
Look at it. Not for sale. Not for sale. They stored it. Look at it. Not for sale.
COVID-19 is on the pack.
They stored it. Wait. Let me see the pack. Now see. Look at it. COVID-19. Not for sale.
COVID-19.
The poor are suffering, and they stored it in a warehouse. Look at people passing through canal just to survive. Hunger in the land.
A sachet of tomato, 120 naira.
Look at people struggling to survive.
We are suffering.
Look at people.
Bag of rice, 40,000 naira.
Come to our aid, though. ECOWAS, come to our aid, though. These people are looters. They are criminals.
I'm telling you.